All right. Copy the link. All righty. We'll just wait for a minute. We'll get things going. What's up, Lumi? Burrito King, welcome in. Yes, what's up? Just gonna wait a second. This is being a good streamer and posted the upload notification in the Discord like a good boy. Burrito King, good mood. I am in a very good mood as well. But that's just extra. I keep meaning on a run to get spawners. I keep meaning to go back and get about 48 of them and not get a full stack so I can use that 16 to finish the stack, but I always just end up getting a full stack anyway. So I still have the extra, and it's just not as satisfying to look at. Why haven't I made diamond armor yet? Welcome into Oracle. Nice to see you in the horizontal, if that's right here on the landscape stream. But I have tons of diamonds. The reason is actually because armor protection stuff was calculated differently in old versions, so iron armor can just straight up tank creeper explosions. Not even a big deal. But yeah, I've spent so much time underground. I have, like this right here, just these 3 stacks of iron blocks. That's a full shulker of iron when it's not condensed down. So this is like a double chest and a half almost of iron straight up, which is pretty fun. But anyway, though, so, and also the problem is, you notice durability is down. If I get 1 creeper explosion, that's halfway. Like, durability is terrible in these versions, so it's a huge waste to make diamond armor unless you're going to enchant it and try to keep it for a long time, because it just breaks so fast, and mending doesn't exist. So, anyway. Cayenne, did we get all the needed spawners? No, we still need to get these last 4 stacks. We're going to get 1 more on stream today, and I managed to get these 4 yesterday. This one was on stream. But so I don't think I'll be able to do that again today. I had a lot of time yesterday, but I'll have it for sure by the end of the week, which will be really awesome. And we're gonna go ahead and get started, even though we only have 9 people in here. I should have everything I need. Also for fun, since we're here, just for fun, we might as well put a little more in here just to show you if you haven't seen this before. Angry child who needs an iron farm, we can just mine for however many hours. Yeah, accurate. Let's make another little pool in here real quick. Bam. And then put cobblestone there. It's going to look amazing. Very, very nice. And I broke some of the netherrack. Let's fix that. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. Not cursed at all. It fits the color scheme, you know? All these hot colors. Put that away. We're good on that. Thank you. It's very odd. Maybe just reload, because most of the time it is working just fine. Let's see. Okay. But yeah, so Lumi, the goal is, as you can see over here, I have a lot of pig spawners. That's vanilla. Since you can mine spawners in these versions for those who want to wear, but it's bugged, they place back down as pigs. So I can pick it back up and the pig will be gone. Like, it won't say pig spawner on it, but placing them down just defaults to pig, so it's back to normal. We'll go ahead and plop it back in. So we're gonna make a crazy pig farm later with these. It's gonna be awesome. We gotta go. Oh, you know, it's nighttime. Might as well sleep first. Traveling in the daytime's a bit safer. It's like Mexico, but in Minecraft. Do not travel at night in Mexico. Stream's fine for now. Okay, good. Good. XM, welcome in. Is that a new PFP? I haven't seen that one before, or maybe I just haven't looked closely enough. All right. I could have sworn I had a boat up here, but I guess I don't. Okay. Well, we're going to go this way. For the moment, anyway. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold up. One of the easiest ways to die in these versions is to just straight up fall into a ravine while you're running around, because they're still very common in these old versions. And I don't have feather falling, so that would be a bad thing. So let's take some ender pearls and just hold them. It's a good way to avoid death, in my personal opinion. I try to avoid death in hardcore. I know, it's weird. But how are y'all's days going? Hope it's good. So we had to give up for the moment until we can borrow a trailer. Also, how's the volume? Do you want me to turn game sound up, music down, anything like that? Does it sound good? All right. Go on a little journey over here. We try to avoid swimming if at all possible in these versions because snowing's terrible. Good. I'm glad the audio sounds good, not overwhelming. Oh. Okay. You know what that reminds me? Really quick, I'm going to make a backup because I did not like how that felt at all. There we go. Holy, that was a little interesting. You guys see that? Was that just me? Okay, no, that... Yes, saw that. That's good. Okay, it's not just me. Not just me. Man, that was interesting. The debug screen sucks in these versions. I try to keep it off the screen as much as possible, but sometimes it's unavoidable. But yeah, so this should be my last spawner stream. It's been about 2 weeks of me getting these spawners. Well, more. Hopefully not. Oh, Chinese, what happened? There was a weird, like, I was rubber banding really hard, basically. Ah, hello. Did I get notch armor yet? No, I'm definitely not even close. I have a couple projects between now and when I can work on notch armor. The version where you can make the components for it is 12W49A, which is a 1.4 version or snapshot. And I'm currently in a pre 1.0 version, so before the game officially even released. So I've got 3 versions to go through after this before I get to 1.4. Though I don't have much to do in those versions. But there are a couple things. I'm gonna... And most of them aren't worth a video, but they're worth doing. Like, I can get the player head as an item, which will be really fun. So I'm planning on doing that. I might stream that, but I won't make a video on it, I don't think. It might be part of a video. Oops, wrong item. But, I'm gonna get a player head. I'm gonna make it so my world name in the menu is formatted interestingly. Stuff like that. Kind of like niche, not exactly the most useful things, but very fun. I'm also probably going to put an end portal in the nether, which will be very fun. But I haven't gotten to it yet. XM, I'm wearing iron armor as a statement, okay? I have all the notch armor. I could be fully protected, but I'm just too cool for that. Notch armor is cringe. Just kidding. No, notch armor is awesome. But yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, unfortunately. It's worth the effort. Corrupting the world for Prop 5 is worth the effort. It's like all the bad guys in every movie. They're just like, you know, destroying the whole planet to get rich. That's essentially what we're doing here. Except we're starting out with the world being terrible. I could have just gone around the corner, I just realized, but whatever. It's too late now. The boat's gone. Oh, nice. I got around that corner without my sprint breaking, but then it immediately broke after while I was talking about how cool it was, so never mind. Chinese, what do I plan on doing after I get all the spawners? I think I mentioned it in the description if I'm not misremembering, but the plan is to make the fastest pig farm that's ever been designed or created in Minecraft, which will be super awesome. Technically speaking, there are Hoglin pork chop farms that could beat it in pork chop output, but pigs, there's never been anything better than what I'm going to build, so that's going to be really fun. Oh, also, we're going to be going by the glass pillars today. That's fun. These generated naturally if you didn't watch the first the first video or stream we did in beta 1.9 pre 3, which is when I started this world, the end stronghold is marked by glass pillars above it. Like there's the entrance and the portal room. I actually don't know which is which, but it was a way for Jeb to find the stronghold in early beta versions while they were testing the end. So this is the only way you can get pillars like this to naturally generate. It's pretty fun. Yes, that's exactly what I think of it. Bro, how did I get the 1.21 cape? So I'm using Betacraft to play these versions, and Betacraft links to your Microsoft account. I'm expecting it, to be completely honest with you, but it works. So it's here. It looks really out of place, though. Part of me's been considering just taking it off, but I've been wearing it the whole time, and so now if I do any editing in the future, I'll just randomly not have a cape anymore, and I feel like that would probably... It's pointless at this point, I think. I'm very good at what I do, Lunar Dragon. Ah. Bam. All right. Look at coordinates. Shield your eyes. Okay, we're going to go a little bit further out this way. We're going to kind of pivot and turn left here, though. Oh, I should probably get my food out. Have any of you all played Tiny Takeover yet? I think it dropped. Did it drop yesterday? I think it dropped yesterday. I obviously haven't played it because I'm in beta, but I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. Oh, look, another one of the strongholds. I forgot there was one over here. Yeah, Jeb's best idea was just to put glass on it. It's respectable, but maybe... I don't know. I feel like there might be better ways. But it's fine. It works, and now I get cool glass. A Minotaur. I feel like you bring up Minotaur a lot. I mean, I guess I am a steak man, and you know, Minotaurs are a cobblestone. Wow. Look at that. That is true. I mean, if you steal someone's puppy and then use it as a hostage, and then the puppy turns into a fully grown adult, it's a little less valuable as a hostage. So that is a good supervillain idea for sure. I'll probably just go around this. I'll be smart this time. So I don't have to build a boat again in 2 seconds. We'll see, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was wrong. It looks like a continent over here. Bro, how many steaks have you profited from the channel? It depends on how you look at it, I guess. I mean, money's fungible, so if I use this money to pay my rent, I have more food money, you know? So I have more money to spend on food. So it's hard to tell, but I have had at least a couple steaks, for sure. Actually, I generally post, you're probably not in the Discord, but I generally, when I have a steak, I post it so people can judge me or critique my steak cooking skills in the Discord. I've had probably a good 5 to 10 in the last couple months. Not a ton, though, because I'm very poor. I stock my local grocery store and wait until a cut of steak is about to expire, and then I buy it up. Because they generally reduce the price before the sell-by date so they can get it off their shelves. And the sell-by date is not the expiration date. The sell-by date's just the date they need to get rid of it so that the people actually have time to use it, you know? So I don't have steak a ton because it's generally not common that they happen to have one of the cuts of steak I like discounted. Am I mining stronghold spawners now? I am not. I've already mined all the stronghold spawners I've found. There are 3 in the world in these versions, and I've mined 2 of the silverfish spawners already. So there should only be 1 left, and I don't. There's no way for me to find it yet. Actually, no, wait. Eyes of Ender are in the game right now, so actually I could find it, but it's not worth it. I'll have more success and I'll be faster if I just mine spawners that I find underground. So it's not worth it. Cookie Mage, welcome in. going to create some cyberbullying techniques on obscure SMPs. I think I missed what you're referring to. Yes. To be honest, I'm sure somebody's going to build. There's a little satisfying little island here. I don't know why. I've seen this island before, actually. It reminds me of the Bugs Life Island for some reason. Even though the Bugs Life Island is not in the middle of an ocean, just like the tree and kind of this little like flat area. I don't know why. I rewatched Bugs Life a couple weeks ago. It still holds up pretty well. All right. It's unfortunate that we don't get Mushroom Islands in these versions yet, because I probably would have spawned one or two in by now. And in these older versions, Mushroom Islands, they generate slightly differently. I mean, in this version they don't, but I mean in older versions in general, they can be kind of more mountainous. So they're not just flat like almost all Mushroom Island biomes are, which is really fun. So I'm going to try to find one. Nah, I think the water fog still applies. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, there you go. Am I going to rebuild the lava temple of Notch? I'm not sure, because here's the deal. So I don't know if you saw the video where I died, but in my last hardcore world. But the plan is for me not only get the same amount of Notch armor again, but to get about 160 times as much almost. Sorry, I said L's in the chat. But the plan is for me to get Notch armor of every type. So, you know, iron, chainmail, gold, diamond, leather, all that jazz, and netherite. And to get it in every trim with every color. So I'm going to need about 160 sets of each. The old Temple of Notch won't actually fit all of it if I want to display all of it at once. So I'll have to get a bit more creative, and I haven't actually thought through my plan for it yet. It's a good question, though. You're good, 3K0. I figured you were kind of behind when you said the 16 spawners thing. I was like, I don't think they're live. Oh, there's one behind me too. Getting teamed up on. You're not Schizo though for not being live. It's fine. We're just gonna go a little bit further out. I always think I'm far enough out, and then I go down and I see that I placed cobblestone down underground because I've combed underground in these areas so freaking hard. It's very. Oh, I can't sprint. Let's not blow up here. That would be suboptimal. I'm not going to make 130 notch temples. I'm probably just going to make a cooler, larger notch temple. Though it probably won't have Notch's head on it just because the scale is going to be so much bigger. It's going to be difficult to make the head cathedral or something. Turtle armor? I mean, turtle armor, no. But if you mean the turtle, the scute helmet, I'm probably going to get it this time. But the thing is, the scute helmet can't actually be notched. You can get I think you can get a Prot 5 God Armor scute helmet, but you can't notch it, as in, like, get all the random enchantments on it. So it can still be good, but the problem is also I would just never use it for anything, so it's kind of pointless. But notch armor itself is also pointless. I mean, beyond the fact that it's really... Ooh, I just saw a mineshaft in there in that little chunk here. Ooh, a subscriber. Bros, good to have you. Maybe you can hop in later, but if not, you can feel free to watch the recording. But it was good having you. I hope you have a good day. Okay, let's see what we're working with down here. Okay, I cannot see very much at all, but there's maybe one spawner in my view right now, and I don't. Maybe that's better. I think we go further. I'm gonna make a notch temple without notch. I'm not saying I wouldn't have notch. I'm just saying maybe I wouldn't have his face on the outside. On the inside of the temple of notch that I built, I had a creeper face. Maybe I'd just not have him on the outside, and then I'd replace the creeper face with, you know, the same kind of notch face that I built last time. There are lots of ways to include it. But I mean, also, there is such a thing as not putting people's faces on things that are named after them. I mean, Isn't there like St. John's Cathedral in New York that's like really pretty and there's no face of St. John on it? I mean, I think you're being a little the expectations are a little high, man. This is not what it's like in real life, though. I guess it's Minecraft. It's Minecraft, so we can put faces on things. All right. Ah. Ultra Boss XP particles for the exterior. I'm not sure if I fully understand what you mean. I was not expecting this to be like a cliff on this side. That's a little inconvenient. Just need to build the whole notch, not the face. I mean, that wouldn't I still have to scale it up quite a bit. So I'll have to figure it out. It'll be interesting. I'll definitely be looking into it. I have some other potential ideas for things I could do, but they're so far down the line. It's not really like on my radar yet, if you understand what I mean. The Million Levels project is going to take anywhere between 150 and 300 hours. So that's going to take a really long time. Getting all the notch items is going to take a really long time. There's just too much stuff in between for me to be thinking that far ahead at the moment. So we'll figure it out. I should get these back out just in case. A giant XP particle that floats in the sky. That'd be very interesting. Yeah, it's future me's problem, XM. Not for the current mistaken. It's for the dry-aged mistaken. That's his problem. Alright. We're about 3,000 blocks out. I think we're probably far enough. I don't believe I've come out this far in this direction before. So let's take a little gander. Take a gander. Okay, I see at least a spawner. So that's good. You can go that way. After all that, then will you build a proper base? No, I think I'll build a proper base. Well, actually, that's the thing is, I'm still not sure when I'm going to get around to that. I would have done it after this, but my Enchanted Golden Apple project is going to require me to go out to the world border, and so I'm not exactly motivated to make a house here and then not touch it for like potentially 1,000 days. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Will I ever bring back Multi-Shot 12? I do plan on getting that in this series, yeah. It is not for a little while, though. I think that April Fool snapshot that I'll be using to get it is a 1.14 April Fool snapshot, I believe. So we are a good 14 versions away from it at the moment. Let's see. We're going to need to do a little bit of backtracking because there's that there. There's this. There's that one down there. Yeah, this is a good spot. This is a good spot. We'll probably just mine down this way and then kind of work our way further in whatever direction 3 is. Oh, Keen, sorry, I missed your first message. I said that the only way to get better armor was multi-shot 12. I said that the only potential way the armor could be improved was likely multi-shot 12, but at the moment nobody can get multi-shot 12 down to 12W49A to actually use it for what I was proposing. So it's a theoretical kind of pipe dream. There's not really a way to do it. I can get it on a crossbow though, and that's still very fun. If I were to build a base, what would be the theme? I'm a bit of a sucker for like just cabins, you know? So I don't generally get too, I mean, as you can tell by the way I generally play, I'm a lot more concerned with challenges than I am with making things look pretty. I've never been very artistic. So, like the Temple of Notch build was probably the most artistic and buildy kind of project I've ever worked on in terms of just going for straight aesthetics. It's gonna be a way I have to kind of stretch moving forward. It's not really natural for me to be super artsy, so all right, so it begins. So begins the journey, the final spawner run. I'm Assam, what's up? All right. Yeah, I feel like I see a lot of builds, yes, where people are like completely over the top with certain stuff. It has like you know, crazy stuff in it, like an orbital strike cannon and a bunch, like an entire library, an enchantment area that they know they're never going to use, like all this stuff, and it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, building, I respect it when you can make things aesthetic, but pretending that it's for utility is kind of silly. I feel like, generally speaking, huge, aesthetically pleasing build projects, they're about as useful as Notch Armor is in reality, in terms of being better than Prot 5 God Armor. They're cool, but in terms of functionality, you really don't have much you can add beyond a normal house with like some chests in it. Just build anything with a cube with a roof. I mean, if that's the case, then my cave is already, it already should satisfy your requirements, Blue Shadow Man. I don't know what you want from me, man. Bam. Bam. I mean, I don't know if you saw at the beginning, I have a really cool... What the heck? You were just up in the roof? Where did you come from? You were just here? That's completely rude and inappropriate. Insubordinate and churlish. Okay, very good. 2.5 hearts, not too bad. But yeah, I have a nice little pig spawner area in my base. I've got some chests on the wall. It's perfect. It's got everything I need. I have not seen those bases, yes. Yeah, solid houses always suffice. I do like when people try to integrate useful things, ooh, gold, into their houses, you know? Like a storage system or something. The problem is, though, is generally speaking, if you actually integrate a storage system into a house, it makes the storage system a lot slower. Because storage systems... Oh! The first diamonds of the stream. Is there just one? Are you kidding me? Okay, get out of here. You're not my friend anymore. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it, I guess. Could have sworn I saw a spider spawner over here. Am I blind? I mean, sorry, a dungeon. Oh, there it is. It was around the corner. Am I making fun of the orbital strike cannon? I'm not. I'm making fun of someone building it in their house. That's what I'm making fun of. That'd be ridiculous if you built it in your house. I think that is a little ridiculous. Like, you just like, do you just walk over to your kitchen and just like hit the big red button and send nukes somewhere? I don't think so. But I'm not trying to throw shade at the orbital strike cannon. Though I do think it's kind of overhyped, probably. Though personally, I've never really watched. I mean, I guess I've watched Cubic Meter's video where he kind of talks about it, but I don't think I've ever actually watched a video where Wembu used it or anything. Yeah, nice ruined castle. See, I love me a good castle. Castles, you can't go wrong with castles. That's why everyone built them in Europe in the Middle Ages. Some people still build them now, even outside of Minecraft. Let's see. Yeah. At the end of the day, though, over-the-top bases are fun. It's fine. And I'm doing over-the-top other things, just I'm not as passionate about other over-the-top things as I am about armor and random pig farms that take way more time to get than they're probably worth. Alright, let's see here. Bam. Well, exactly, King. His orbital strike cannon isn't real, so that's a good point. I forget about that because I just don't watch enough. But yeah, basically everything that's technically like redstone heavy, any heavy technical redstone stuff in an SMP is fake. That's just how it goes. I think we've talked about this on stream before, but Canadian the Cat does a ton of funny videos on just exposing dumb fake redstone in SMP videos. I think it's pretty fun. All right, let's see. Yeah, no, if someone built an orbital strike cannon in their house, it's a, I guess that'd be more like a situation room or a, oh, I can't get those diamonds. That's so sad. Remember, the rule is if I see them through the little x-ray thing that I'm using, I cannot get them. That is the unfortunate rule. All right. I think I got most of the ones over here. We need to flip around, and I am not facing the right way, I guess, so we're good. That reminds me, I forget who did the original video. Was it, dang, what's his name? Dang, I forget his name. There's a hardcore YouTuber that made like a really weird circular base that he claimed was the most like defensible or whatever base in Minecraft, and it was just like you throw an ender pearl and you're through. It's fun. Okay, there's a spawner over there. Looks like that's the closest. Oh wait, yeah, that one and that one. Oh yeah, it is Carves. Yeah, you're right. That's who it was. I think it was also Canadian who made fun of that base, actually. Yeah, it is impractical to build. Did he? Oh, wait, there's one right there. We'll grab that too. Did he build it in survival? I forget. Did he like just... No, I'm pretty sure he claimed to have built it in survival. That was his claim. Generally is his thing. I don't know. Carves is a bit of an interesting beast. Oh, and there's one right there that I missed. Wow, look at that. I think yeah. Oh, and I didn't see that with the x-ray, so we can take it. Very nice. Any more? No, nothing? Oh, excuse me, sir. I was busy getting diamonds, but you can interrupt me, sure. Not a problem. Not like I'm busy doing anything important. And there's another one behind me, isn't there? Yep. Can you just leave me alone? Leave me alone. Now I'm going to go down to half a heart really quick. I love being a half a heart in hardcore. It's so fun. Give myself a second. All right. Can't get dog notch armor because it didn't exist. Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right. Now there is another spawner this way. Right? Right. It would be fun to give a dog notch armor, though. Actually, in the right version, did you know that you can just straight up put notch armor on villagers? Or sorry, not notch armor. You can obviously do that, but you can put dog armor on villagers. And then even once you upgrade, they still have it on. It's pretty funny, actually. There we go. I forget the version, though. I did almost die, Jojo. Luckily, I did not. And money. There we go. Oh, I lost my hat. Okay. Block ourselves in for a moment. No holes in our defenses. Good. Let's just drop our armor in there. I know it's a bit of a waste, but it's better to just build a whole new set at one time than it is to, in 5 minutes from now, realize my chest plate's broken or something after my helmet breaks. So it's simpler just to make a whole new set at the same time. I kind of am iron rich, so I don't really need to worry about saving it. Poison isn't fatal, it's true, but I mean, still pretty close to death. Not like I was really Not like I was on my last breath, you know, on my deathbed or anything, but it was still it's still risky to be that low anywhere. Because if a spider had spawned in the room with me, I'd be toast. So, in it because I was careful, I didn't die. But if a spider had like gotten through a hole I had left open or something, I could have died for sure. It's close, regardless of whether or not it's poison ticking damage. It's still close to be a half a heart for sure. You can get infinite resistance 3, but not infinite resistance 4, so far as I'm aware. The way that the glitch works to give you infinite potion effects only works at best. It's the effect that is second best, just due to how the glitch works. It's hard to explain, but that's all you really need to know. Chirkle, what is your plan after all the notch armor and trims? Well, that... Oh, after... I'm sorry. I want to make sure I understand your question. Are you saying what is my plan after this, all the notch armor and trims, or what is my plan down the line when I get all the notch armor and trims? Is that what you're asking? Sorry, I just want to make sure I answer your question. Oh, there are diamonds back here. Wow. Hopefully it's not just one. I set myself... Oh, we're good, we're good. I was going to say I set myself up for failure. 6. Not great, not too bad. Anything else? Might as well look around the corner. There's actually a way to get a better horse than you can with infinite potion effects. But you do have to use April Fool snapshots. So it depends on if you're okay with doing that. Alright, where to go up? Yeah, once I'm in newer versions, after I get... after I get all the notch armor and trims and everything, I have a couple plans, but most of my plans currently are for older versions for sure. I'm going to build a wormhole system, going to build a state-of-the-art storage system. I'm going to build a ton of really efficient farms in the Nether and Overworld. One right there we're going to go grab really quick, then we'll come back. Since I have water in my Nether, I can make some very... Oh, and I missed one right... Wait, did I miss that? Yeah, I can see it. There's a spawner right there. I'll grab that one too. But since I have water in the Nether, I can build some really efficient Nether farms. So that will be really nice when I get that going. Even some stuff like cobblestone farms are just faster in the Nether because lava flows faster in the Nether. So that'll be really great. I'm actually... One of my next videos and projects is going to be me building a super, super fast gold farm in the Nether. And it is... I'm going to have to dig a perimeter for it. But it's going to be in 1.7 and 8, so it's going to be a huge pain. I think I will mine my end island again. I may not do it in this exact same way. I have, if I'm willing to commit to a technical redstone build, I think I do have a faster way of doing it with withers than the way I was doing it with just punching them. It's also safer. Because the way I was doing it was a little risky, obviously. And one right there. Am I blind? I'm having trouble right now. Holy crap. I'm missing so many. Generate the farlands, build my base there. That'd be fun. Like, I'd actually really love that. But the thing is, if you want to have a wormhole system in your world, it's actually not very efficient to build your base out that far. Because the wormhole system I'll be building, if you haven't seen the video, is based on end portals and access to end portals. And obviously, end portals only spawn within a 20 to 30,000 block radius of spawn. So anything beyond that is going to be outside of an area you could realistically get access to an end portal, unless I place one there, which I could, obviously, because I have some end portal frames. But I'd rather not just waste them. Like, it's just place them all out there. I'd rather just use the naturally generating ones as much as I could. So I probably won't build my base out there. Plus the farlands in this version I'm already in are already gone. They generate in older versions than this even. So if I went to the world border right now, they wouldn't even be there, which is rather unfortunate. Because if they were there, I'd probably go, but they aren't. Rune castle with some mossy cobblestone. Yeah, that would be fun. Light suppression, baby. I am probably not going to do any light suppression Mm, so I've been considering it, but the problem is it just breaks. You know, like even if I build a perfect EOL farm with light suppression and everything, it'll just break as soon as I update, and I know I'm going to update. So it feels a little bit like a waste of time, especially considering how hard it is to do light suppression. So I probably won't do that, but I will do update suppression to slice portals and stuff like that. Am I going to build the wormhole system in the end or a spawn? Well, the system itself, it's dual. It works in both. But in terms of the storage system where I collect everything, I will probably build that in the end. I think, yeah. And XM, what's the wormhole system? It's a concept I came up with. So I started the game in beta 1.9 pre-3 1350, and it gave me access to a bunch of end portal frames. And I was trying to think of things I could do with them aside from just kind of build an end portal in like my base, which is cool. It's cool on its own. You know, that's fun, but it's not exactly very creative or useful. It just, you know, makes it a little easier to get into the end. I don't have to fly anywhere. I can just get out of bed and go to the end, right? But I realized that there's a way to do some really simple cross-world item transportation with end portals. And if I have enough end portal frames to build however many I want, I can theoretically build a really, really efficient cross-world transportation-based storage system where all of my farms input their items into end portals and then send their items into a storage system in the end automatically. And since a lot of farms in the game can run without a player present, you can passively farm like a good half the items in the game without you even being there, so long as your computer can handle chunk loading. Interesting. I hadn't heard, Keen, that that resistance 4 was possible as an infinite effect. I'll have to look into that, because if it is, obviously I'm interested. In my last world, I avoided the infinite potion effects because I feel like it kind of made things a little too easy. But to be completely honest, Prop 5 already basically makes it too easy. I might as well make it official and give myself the best defense possible by using the infinite potion effect. So I'm probably going to do it this time. I'll try not to go overboard. Bam. Now, let's see. There was a dungeon right here, and I can't find it. Where did it go? I'm suffering from blindness IRL. Wait, there's some cobblestone right there. I think that's it. I don't think I saw in the Razeworks video that Resistance 4 worked. I'll have to rewatch it. Don't Endermen ruin the system by picking up blocks? They can only pick up blocks in areas they can fit inside of, so not really. Plus, there are some blocks they can't pick up, obviously. They can only pick up naturally generating blocks, right? So they shouldn't be able to, you know, for example, pick up a chest and just yeet off with my stuff. I mean, this stuff would break if they picked up the chest and fall on the floor. But anyway, you know what I mean. But no, so Endermen do not ruin the system. It works just fine. You don't need anything crazy in the end. You really don't even have to build your storage system there. You can build the storage system in the overworld if you want to. I just like building it in the end because it's easier to clear out all the chunks for the system and make it very lag friendly. So I like the end. Just be stupidly OP as theoretically possible. Yep, that's the plan. That is the plan. All right. We got one there. We got one there. We're going to go ahead and go down. Yeah, exactly. XM, it really wouldn't have made a difference. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I didn't say it though. That's a good point. I've committed this time that as soon as I get notch armor, I am not going to take my elytra off for the rest of my playthrough. Like, that's my plan. Except for, like, if I happen to fight the Wither or something, or I'm in the place with the Warden. Like, if I'm actually in danger. But, I mean, I literally might just not bring my... See, excuse me. See, Creeper Explosion, point blank. I didn't even see where he came from, but barely any damage. What was that, like 4 hearts? That's essentially what, like, Prop 4 does in modern versions. That's crazy. What's up, Pumpkin? Welcome in. But yeah, so my plan is probably just never take my chest plate off unless I really have to. Like, I'm in a dangerous situation. Like, maybe I'm building something that has, like, 8 wardens in it and I'm trying not to get insta-killed. Though with 8 wardens, I'd probably still perish. Oh, also, I'm going to have one of my projects that's coming up. The reason I'm making that gold farm I was talking about a minute ago is because I'm going to make about 1,000,000 enchanted golden apples. So I just don't see how I die if I can just eat enchanted golden apples like candy. Just pop them. Because once you have that many, I usually hesitate to eat them because they're so rare and hard to find. Even if I'm in a dangerous situation, I'm like, it's not worth it. But when I have 1,000,000 of them, oh yeah, that'll be good. Notch pumpkin head. I never promised you I'd get a notch pumpkin head. Get out of here, pumpkin. What that? Oh, hello, spider. I know I'm poisoned today. I am going to be able to get a better pumpkin head than last time, though. Last time I just got a Prop 5 pumpkin to wear on my head, but this time I can get a Prop 5 Blast Protection 4 pumpkin to wear on my head, which will be really nice. Very nice indeed. There's one right there. Yeah, you see how the armor durability went down so fast, and I just crafted this a minute ago. Creepers just destroy armor so freaking fast. Okay, I could have sworn it was like right around here. Did I overshoot? Let's see. Nope, it's right in front of me. We're good. All the mob heads. Oh, that'd be interesting. Some of them are... It's very hard to get mob heads this early because you have to rely on natural charged creeper generation. And I don't mean they spawn in because they still don't do that in old versions. But I mean, like, you have to get really lucky and have a creeper just happen to get struck by lightning. So it's not exactly very safe. Dang it, I said L's in the chat. There are farms in early versions for charged creepers. You basically just have a creeper farm that feeds into this vertically, like, exposed to the sky little waterway, and they just kind of flow around until one of them gets struck by lightning. It's not exactly the most efficient thing ever, but it is at least, you know, a charged creeper farm. It takes forever. Not projectile and fire prot. No, so the thing is, you actually shouldn't be able, in terms of where I was with my method in my last playthrough, you couldn't actually get multiple enchantments on one item that didn't have durability. So, excuse me. So items that do have durability, like a sword or a pickaxe or a helmet or whatever, they can all become notched. But things like pumpkin heads don't have durability, so they can't break. So you can't use the same grindstone glitch that I used for notch armor on it. But there is a method I found to get non-durability items a second enchantment, but that's the max that I've been able to find. So unless I find something else that can increase the amount of enchantments you can get on it, 2 is the maximum. And I feel like I'd rather have blast protection than fire protection, because I just don't really need it. At the end of the day, I barely even need fire protection. Protection 5 already does basically all the same work. So it's kind of pointless. Isn't it boring playing the old versions of Minecraft? I think some of the older versions of Minecraft are really fun to play, actually. The only thing I actually prefer in modern versions over old versions is the movement system. There's no keybind or hotkey to sprint, so I have to double tap, which is really annoying. I don't like that. There are some things like hitboxes that are weird. Like, look at this. I'm right here. In modern versions, I'd be able to place this cobblestone block on this block in front of me, but I can't. It just like, sorry, I meant like right here is where I'm trying to place, but I get right here, and it won't let me. See? So actually, I'll show you guys in a minute. I've shown this before, but the hitboxes on the fences can actually be kind of broken in these versions. Just have to wait till we find a mob. Don't see one. Yeah, just spam L when I say the word I'm trying to get it out. I think I've been doing a better job, though. If Blue Shadow Man's in the chat, he's probably going to tell me I'm still doing terrible at it. We'll see. But I am working on it. Just trying to avoid filler words. For now, that means I'm sometimes going to be randomly silent. as I'm trying to keep myself from saying it. I think as I get more used to streaming in general, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable with silence, and I won't feel the need to fill space as much. I think that's mostly where the need to say comes from. It's just I don't like being quiet because I feel pressured to be entertaining. And I feel like if I'm quiet, how can I possibly be entertaining anybody? I'm stuck in a web. But the music's good, you know, so it's probably fine. Alright, let's put torch there. There. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Don't want to get sneak attacked. I am getting better. That is good. I'm glad that it is having an impact. And I'm trying not to replace it with too much either. Feel free to say L if I say because that is just a replacement for It's the same thing. It's a meaningless filler, so feel free to spam L when I do anything, actually. Just say L all the time. Just kidding. Please don't do that. That's fine. Oh, that's a shovel. Okay, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? I see nothing. Oh, I didn't hear. Yeah. Some people are more sensitive to filler words and stuff than others, especially if they're the kind of people that have... Okay, watch this here. I'm gonna get right here, inside the hitbox. Notice how he's not exploding? He's just chilling. No mob can touch me while I'm here, except a spider or another mob can hit me melee if they're inside the fence's hitbox on the other side. So he literally can't see me while I'm in here. My hitbox isn't available to him. I don't really understand how the AI works and why that doesn't attack, because he can still do me damage for sure. That's not going to protect me from anything. But it just doesn't recognize it as me as a viable target for some reason. Alrighty. Ooh, and see, look here. The skeleton's going to come at me. Here's Kelly. It's actually a bit of a cheat code. You can be really toxic and just spam the hitbox, but I don't usually think about it. It is decent in a pinch, though. I think it saved me in one of my old runs one time. I just hopped inside of one of these while I was at half a heart, and I survived. Are you talking about the Petrified Oak Slab XM? I am definitely going to be getting a ton of those, though they really aren't that useful for anything. They're kind of just retextured stone slabs at the end of the day, but they do look fun. And it's good to have a house that, you know, doesn't explode. But they're another item that really doesn't do much for me. I am going to get a ton of them, though, because why not? They're so easy to get. They're so cheap. I just mine wood for like an hour, and I have like several chests full of petrified oak slabs. Wow, we got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, at least 3 right here. Yeah, they just have bad eyesight, lol. No, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Yes, you're good. You don't have to worry so much about spelling errors. I don't think anyone here cares. We play Minecraft. We're not... I mean, I guess some of us might be grammar Nazis. Who knows? You never know what anyone does in their free time. We can judge them, though. Alright. Oh, yeah, but I mean, that's just for a joke. I feel like getting something for a joke... sorry, I'm responding to XM about the Unbreaking 3 spawner. It's just fun. I mean, how many people in their worlds have ever gotten a Unbreaking 3 spawner before? I think that rare items, in general, are worth getting. And that's why, even if they aren't really useful, I think it's worth getting most of them. But I am going to acknowledge that it's not really... There's not really a point. And that's fine. You know, it's not a big deal. Excellent. We're at 16. We're a quarter of the way already. Okay. There's one right here. Right. I thought that Unbreaking 3 spawner was pretty fun. I think I got an Unbreaking 3 end portal frame as well. That was fun too. Made a bit more sense with the end portal frames, since those are actually, you know, supposed to be unbreakable. Spawners you can just break with a pickaxe. So it technically wasn't as accurate, but it's okay. Exactly, yes. They're all just, they're telling their stories. They're all afraid. The little bedtime, like campfire horror stories they say about me. That's what the moms be doing. Okay, I'm pretty sure I saw another one back behind this down below. So we're going to see. It's down here. Okay. Well, there are some Endermen at least, and that's cute. Okay, I don't know if I really want to deal with the Enderman right now. Okay, I believe... I guess I must have just seen the same webs. That's the thing. I need to destroy all the webs for spawners I find, or else I sometimes play myself and go back thinking it's a new one when it's already been obtained by myself. It's not great. I usually am better about that. Okay, let's see. What are we working with? Wait, nope, that's not one. Okay, we gotta just keep going. Yeah, Lunar Dragon, did you go straight from... I guess I am gonna kill this guy. Hopefully he actually lets me kill him and doesn't teleport away. Ah, dang it. Alright, well, that's fine. Did you go straight from 12W49A to 18W21A? Because I actually wouldn't recommend that. You can, and it a lot of the time will be playable, but the game... The data storage values and types change a lot. Oh my gosh, was that the same guy? I didn't even realize. They change a lot in older versions when you progress. So when you have a ton of data set in old like formats, it makes it so the game has to do a lot of work, and the spawn chunks, they are always going to be loaded. So no matter what you do, the game's going to be doing a lot of work in those chunks. So if you can try to update more gradually, that's what I'd recommend. Like I usually go from, let me just double check what direction I'm supposed to be going in. This way. I usually go, there's one right there, from 12W49A to 1.4.6, just out of a snapshot, right? Then I go to 1.8.9. Then I go to 1.12.2. I don't think this is actually a spawner, is it? Oh wait, am I goated? No, I already got it. I'm an idiot. And after 1.12.2, that's right before 18W21A. That's normally how I do it. You don't necessarily have to go that same route, but I've had the most success taking slower jumps like that, if that makes sense. All right. Yeah, Enderman would be pretty terrifying, not gonna lie. They just like come to your house, pick up your lawn chair, and just leave. It's rude. They're stealing all my stuff. I want to add that into the Discord. Well, I actually have a full video on it, Lunar Dragon. I mean, I can add it to the Discord. I think it's in the frequently asked questions, actually, if I recall. But yeah, it's not even something you really have to do, though. Like, a lot of people can go through the upgrade process that you went through, and they won't have the trouble. I think you just might be a little unlucky. But I'm pretty sure it's in frequently asked questions. If it's not, we can add it, though. Yeah, that little web spawner area was playing me for sure. That was a blindness moment. I have those from time to time. What's my opinion on the Ender Pearl stasis chamber with the fishing rod? I'm not against it. I think... I don't know. I still am trying to figure out my opinion on it, to be completely honest with you. I don't think I'd be able to tell you. Oh, did that. There you go. I don't like making the game too easy, but I am wearing Prop 5. But I also really dislike death. Shocking, I know. So I may just go ahead and use it this time around. But, I mean, you'll know. It's you'll know as soon as I do, really. It doesn't take very long to set up. Alrighty. Very good. Sorry, Keen. The spelling made that very hard to read. I don't know if I fully understand what you're saying. Though you're saying it's funny that I was trying to finish quickly, so Wumba didn't beat me. But I don't know what else. All right, I can add it. I did, for the record, though, I did make a full video on it. But, you know, I can't really expect people to have watched all my videos, so you're right. I'll put it in the FAQ. Pumpkin, if you want to, like, make a note of that, if you're still in the chat, or Cookie, you can add that in after stream. You know about the machine that teleports when your totem breaks? I've never heard of that. That's very interesting. There's there's some more this way, so we'll keep heading this way. Keen, no, you're fine. I want to know what you say so I can respond. But I was just letting you know that I couldn't really fully understand what you were trying to go for. Were you just trying to say that it was funny when I said that? Or was there something else that was funny about it? Okay, we're gonna just mine to this spot. That's water. There you go. I've heard of the machine where you look in a certain direction and you teleport away. I've seen that. But I have not heard of one where it just detects your totem breaking. That's very interesting. Not sure what that would require. (18W22B) is very laggy. You don't actually need to load any new chunks in there, though. I would keep your excuse me. I would keep your render distance down very low, so long as the game opens and the items you're trying to update to Prot 5 or whatever are in render distance. It will work, and you can just close it immediately. It doesn't even matter if it crashes. Actually, it's expected that it crashes. Generally speaking, I think I have 3 or 4 crashes per attempt to get Prot stuff, just because 18W22B is so terrible. And part of it is just the fact, it's kind of like what I mentioned before, but the data values got messed up in those versions, which is why the glitch happens. So there's just a lot going on behind the scenes that makes the game crash. So that's it. You're not even doing anything wrong. It's just a reality of the version, unfortunately. Oh, Keen, he did get the notch armor. You probably don't watch his streams, but he totally has it. Yeah. And I showed a photo of it. Like, he got it. He just never made a video because he decided after he watched mine that he didn't want to make a video anymore. He actually said that on a stream. And then whenever people ask him how to get it, he would just send them my video. It's in his, I think it's in his facts section on his Discord or something. Alton, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Didu. It is called Death Teleporting by Etch. I'll have to take a look. That sounds really interesting. Okay, I think I forgot something. I can hear a ton of spiders. There they are. Pumpkin, what did I miss? We're talking. Well, someone was talking about the Wumba competing with me for notch armor thing. I said, feel free to put L's in the chat, though I technically didn't say but it's still not better. And then we were also talking about, Pumpkin, we want to add to the fact just that it's good to be slow in updating from versions like taking smaller jumps to try to keep your game from crashing. Or you know, avoid corrupting. I have not had any steak today, unfortunately. I have cooked up most of the steak I have. I do have a ton of pork, but I'm going to be cooking that up for my family in the coming weeks. We have a dinner every month with my siblings and my in-laws. So I am going to be cooking up about 20 pounds of pork ribs. It's going to be super awesome. So I have meat, but I do not have steak, unfortunately. The totem stasis requires totem duping. I mean, to be completely honest, raid farms are essentially totem dupers. It's not like you have to do any work. You just sit there and totems appear. I feel like totems don't even really matter when it comes to duping, because they're not hard to get. They are useful, though. I don't know. I probably wouldn't want to dupe if that's what it requires. I don't really see why it would require duping. It's kind of interesting. I need to get a steak now. Well, maybe. Maybe. The pig spawners are super useful. They save you so much time. Like, you'd have to set up a whole, like, cow farm or something like that with wheat, and breeding animals in those versions is pretty annoying. It's just, it's so much better. It's so much better with the pig farm, man. With the spawners. And that's true, Pumpkin. It is a little harder to get totems in newer versions with the nerfs, unfortunately. Oh, shadow duping. I mean, that's essentially the same thing, you know. It is a dupe. Whatever kind of duping you want to call it. I'm missing anything? Might just go further this way. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. It is a fun idea. It is a fun idea. So I guess it's not really... You're not creating new totems out of nothing. You're just getting a ghost totem that will be removed when you die from a chest. And that's it. That's not too bad, actually. So yeah, I guess it's not necessarily the exact same kind of thing. It's just making a second totem. Because you're not even using it. You're just making a record of a totem in a chest, essentially. Oh, there is a spawner down there. I mean, I don't know if I really call it shadow duping. I think I've heard it called like getting ghost items before. I'm in a lot of creepers right now. My gosh, that was like 4. Didn't realize I was falling into that many. All right, let's go this spawner. And eating food. Eating food is good. Just came from the boxing gym, eating some cinnamon rolls with a glass of milk. See, that's a good way to carb up. I guess you should carb up before you go to the gym. Isn't that supposed to be how it works? I didn't know you did boxing, though. That's fun. I just gotta... I'll just put water here. I don't care. All right. Anything good? I mean, it's fine. Life is fun, Alton. It's very fun. Bam. What are we at? 22? Nice. Okay. We got some more this way. That is what we want. We use shadow duping to dupe books. To overload chunks? Yeah. Personally, I think that kind of defeats the purpose of a skyblock kind of challenge. If a part of the way you beat the challenge is to, like, add part of a mountain to your world or something, I don't know. It just seems a little like it kind of defeats the purpose. It is a cool thing to do regardless, but kind of defeats the purpose. And I can't wait for the spawner mining to end. Well, this is the last one. I'm pretty tired of it too. I'm actually probably more tired of it than you, to be honest. I actually took a drink. Now I won't sound like a chain smoker. Or at least not as much of a chain smoker, you know. I'll probably still sound like kind of a chain smoker. Now, where is this? Right here? Yeah, just slightly more tired of the spawners than you are, Pumpkin. Imagine I die right now with the amount of spawners I've mined. I've spent, it takes about, I'd say it takes 2 to 3 hours per stack, and I have 23 full stacks right now. So I spent almost 75 hours mining spawners. If I died right now, that would suck. Well, am I a chain smoker? No, I am not I'm not part of a band or a smoker in real life. Oh wow, there's several spawners right here. Very nice. Welcome in, Sheik. Do I know? Sorry, I didn't respond to your question, Keen. I have not heard about the memory ban. I don't know what you're talking about. Is that Zelda music? It is. Nintendo is very chill about people using music like this in streams, so I am free to use it. It's actually, you can get away with playing most video game soundtracks in videos and streams because they have a very hard time, as you know, video game companies or whoever, they have a very hard time of figuring out who's actually playing their game and who is just playing their music. Oh, please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. No, he blew up the spawner. No. I wasn't ready. That's so sad. I gotta go find another one, you jerk. Oh, I think I have heard of people doing that, actually, XM. And I am, Plusherma, gonna get the... I am planning on getting the multi-shot 12 crossbow. It's gonna be really fun. There's not really a lot of, you know, utility reasons to get it, but meme reasons, tons. It, like, shoots behind you because of how multi-shot works when you have a high level of multi-shot. There's another one right there. Hopefully that one won't blow up. So you can do some interesting stuff with fireworks, stuff like that. Yeah, you can check the thumbnail, by the way. Oh, I missed one. There's one right here that I didn't get. I got that one and that one, but not this one. The thumbnail shows that I have 23 full stacks of spawners currently, so I need 4 stacks. And we're going to get one on stream today. We're going to get more. I'm probably going to finish up off stream because I'm not trying to... Oh my gosh, I missed another spawner over there, actually. Here we go. Yeah, Perfect Prison videos are interesting. I mean, I do feel like the Elder Guardian submerged, what's it called? Conduit obsidian trap, I feel like is pretty perfect. Though you could kill someone, you could have someone break you out, so I guess that's why it's not perfect. But other than that, I feel like it's a practically perfect prison. Though I am not a trap expert. Oh, my helmet broke. Yeah, good catch. I haven't fixed it yet. I'll fix it in a second. Alrighty. Good. Yeah, let's get new armor real quick. Yeah, this should be a good spot. Oh, hello. Right with the spider. Yep, that's cool. Yeah, we'll just do that. And I'm out of torches. Hopefully another one doesn't spawn on me while I craft some torches. There we go. Have I played Tears of the Kingdom? Yes, I have beaten the game. It took me a while, though. Not to beat it, but to just play it. I did not have a Nintendo Switch at the time that it came out, unfortunately, which was a little lame. I've got to cook some iron. I don't have enough. Let's go ahead and cook it up real quick. But yeah, so it took me a little while to be able to even try it. But I finally just broke down and got a Nintendo Switch so I could play it. I feel like those games are the only reason I've ever had to even kind of want a Nintendo Switch. Most of the other games I feel like that are on the Switch exclusively are kind of trash. Like most of the new Pokemon games, I just don't think look very good. I'd rather play Emerald or something. Emerald or even Fire Red. They're so old, but they hold up so well. They're so good. There's that. That's what we want to see. That's not another one, is that? That's just some webs. We're good. It feels weird to see myself without my armor on. Now a little apron on with a steak on it. Very nice, very nice. All right, now we have enough armor. But we're going to wait until this all cooks because now I've got... I feel like it makes sense. I already put all the coal in there anyway. Bam. And then cobblestone back. Okay. I just learned you can only have 2 enchants on a pumpkin. I have to update my doc. Yeah, I mean, you can put 2 enchants on a furnace, 2 enchants on a crafting table, cobblestone block, anything. It's just the limit with an item that doesn't have durability, like gravel doesn't have durability, but pickaxes do. The limit will be 2 enchantments, unfortunately. So my dreams of having a notch stake are in flames. But I can get a fire protection 4 fire aspect 2 stake, which will be very nice. Fire protection keeps you from overcooking it, but you want it to be, you want to have some good char on the outside, you know? Ugh. My headphones are good, but I have to take them off my head sometimes because they make my ears like squashed way too hard. Maybe my head's just big. I don't know. All right. I may just get bored and decide not to smelt up all this. This is taking too long. Yeah, we're just gonna stop. I wasted some coal, but that's okay. Gotta keep things moving. Is that everything? Yes. Am I gonna put infinity on items that are definitely not infinite? I can't put infinity on a totem because totems don't exist this far back, but maybe pearls. Part of me is considering just putting at least one enchantment on every item in the game that's available at the moment. That'd be pretty fun. It wouldn't be very hard to do. I'm gonna have a very solid XP farm. I mean, you guys saw the Enderman XP farm I was using for the last Notch Armor video, if you saw it, I guess. It is very strong. So I should be able to do a lot of extra stuff. Sheik, am I good? Yeah, I'm good. I hadn't heard that Respiration 3 has that chance to not do drowning damage. I never heard of that before. I'll have to check that. Could be getting trolled. You never know with people on stream. Though you're pretty trustworthy, Keen. For now. You haven't proven to be a troll yet. Everyone's a potential troll. Even my mom. Just kidding. Nah, she wouldn't do that. I could get an infinity petrified oak slab. I could do that. Or actually, it'd be funnier to do blast protection on a petrified oak slab since they can't be blown up. That'd be funny. Or at least they can't burn. I guess fire resistance would make more sense. They can be blown up by like a creeper on them or something. I like how anyone watching a Minecraft stream on YouTube could ever feel like confident enough to call somebody else a geek. That's funny. I feel like as a person currently playing Minecraft while people watch, I would not feel comfortable. But you can't get infinite fire resistance. That's true, you cannot. It is unfortunate. It's just kind of toggle on, toggle off. There aren't levels to it. Did you know you could actually get a fire resistance beacon at one time in the game? It will eventually break with updates. Ooh, that's a nice one. But you can get it, which is pretty cool. So you can just build a ton of fire resistance beacons in the nether for a short period of time. But they, like I said, they kind of break. So they're not actually worth it, but they are really fun. Am I going to get this one without being poisoned? Nope. I spoke too soon. Okay. Fire resistance or protection? Not sure what you mean. I'm not saying he's not like, you know, a nerd or a geek. I don't know him well enough to say, really, but I'm just saying that I think we're probably all on the geek side of the spectrum. Did a lot of research into armor. Yep. It sounds like it. Please don't poison me. No, I hate poison. Okay. Oh, another one. Oh, wait, I can kill you from here. Haha. Can I? I can. Very good. Stay out of the webs so I can kill you. Thanks. Oh, resistance to the effect. Gotcha. All right. How many enchantment books in these versions? If you include Protection 4, it is 21. But I'm not getting Protection 4 books because I'm going to be getting extra level 5 books instead. And that's what I'll be using to get protection enchantments later. So I'll be getting like 20. But technically speaking, I'll have 21 sets of books that I need. When am I adding a bot? I actually have no idea how to do that. I got to look into that. There are some things I still have to figure out about. Ooh. Nice. There's some things I still have to figure out about streaming on YouTube. I am not pro level yet, but adding a bot would be good. Keen, you don't have Discord? Sad stuff. I mean, if you're too young, good job for you for not lying about your age to get on there. There are way too many people who do that. Though if it's just like, you know, parents being strict kind of thing, it's too bad. Though, I mean, it's not like, you know, the end of the world. All right. I don't see any more over here. We're going to move on. Alrighty. Okay, this, I was hoping it would actually connect, but whatever. Whatever. We'll just walk through. Oh, no matter where I go, there's creepers. So unfortunate. You know, let me get up. Thank you. Nothing good. There we go. Anything? I see nothing. That is unfortunate. We will move on. How many do I have? 29. Almost halfway. We're running a little behind, actually. We're not going very fast. I guess it's probably part of it is because I started inside my base this time rather than in the mine shaft, which saved me some time yesterday. Do I know if the wormhole from Lifesteal is real? That's the prison slash. What even is that? I forget. It's not exactly a prison, isn't it? Isn't it like a place you store rare items or something? Is it a prison? I know it's kind of like a trap or something, isn't it? I don't know if it's real. I kind of tend to believe it's not. Oh, the glitch. Oh, I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what you're talking about then. I do not watch Lifesteal, so I don't really watch any scripted Minecraft. I think it's pretty empty. Like, it's not very entertaining for me to know that something's being faked. Oh, I'm thinking of Unstable. Well, yeah, that just goes to show I don't watch either of them enough. I can't differentiate between the two. The exploit to be in 2 servers at the same time. I've heard of that. I don't know. I feel like if it's real, it would have been discovered by somebody who's not on Lifesteal or Unstable. Because it's not exactly populated with the most brilliant technical minds ever. I mean, they might say Lifesteal isn't scripted. It's pretty obvious they do a lot of scripted stuff, though. Some of it probably isn't scripted, I'd bet, but for sure some of it is, 100%. I forget what, like, the point of the glitch to be in 2 servers at the same time is, though. I don't really know what the purpose is. Like, what does it even do? Do they use it for something interesting? Interesting. That's more cobblestone. Is that just the same room? Yeah, it is. That's funny. Just did a little circle. Okay. We're going to mine over to this mine shaft. We're going to mine, then we're going to craft. Not really. Don't say it. Get out of here, Cookie. I knew it would be you or somebody else. Most likely you. There's a spawner there, and one over there. Probably more behind that I can't see. But yeah, I would bet that most... I mean, I know at least some of their older stuff was scripted. I guess I'm not 100% confident that the newer stuff on Lifesteal is scripted. I understand some basic stuff about armor toughness, but I mean, I don't do tons of reading on it, so probably not going to be able to explain it. Yeah. What I was going to say, though, is that basically anything technically interesting that's ever discovered in like an SMP, like Lifesteal or Unstable, I would have a lot of skepticism about it actually being real. Dora the Explorer gets a pass because she's not scripted. She asks me where stuff is and I interact, you know, so I'm telling her stuff. So I'm basically controlling everything. Dora the Explorer, fun fact, was actually my first celebrity crush when I was 5 years old. I thought she was super cute. Upside down, you know, bowl hair, head of hair and all. Super good. And I mean scripted content in terms of, well, for example, there's a big difference between a movie that's scripted and somebody in Minecraft acting like they play with a lot of skill, but in reality, it's just them using, like, technical assisted stuff to look good. That's not interesting to me. And, like, it being scripted so they always win or whatever, that's not interesting. And frankly, there's some scripted stuff in movies that I don't like. Like, for example, you know how, like, The Rock and Jason Statham both have clauses in their contracts that mean they can't lose fights? Because they want, their whole brand is around being super tough. And to preserve that, they aren't allowed to lose fights. So whenever they're in movies with other people, they either always have to be a draw or they win every single time. That's not interesting to watch. Like, that's like loser behavior, you know? That's it's not interesting. So there's certain kind of scripted stuff that isn't going to be interesting to watch in movies either. But that's really different from, you know, an actor really convincingly showing some incredible acting chops and incredible range of emotions and stuff like this. I think it's very cool. It's very different. I missed some comments here. Mine shafts weren't rare in this update. They are obviously not. I think they're actually slightly more common because there's nothing else that really spawns underground. Let's see. Do I remember the body of Dora? Nah. I didn't really pay attention to that when I was 5. I was mostly there for, you know, who she was on the inside, you know? So I wasn't really paying attention to anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about with how she could wear a t-shirt, though. You'll have to enlighten me unless it's terrible. Because if it's terrible, you're probably going to get banned. Or at least muted. There's one right here. Huge floor drop. Her head was like 2 times the width of her shoulder. She's just got a really strong neck, all right? And incredible genetics. I don't know what to tell you. Dora is that's the prime human form, okay? And she would ask me where stuff was, and I'd be like, it's right there, and she'd be like confused, and she wouldn't really get that. She wouldn't find it. She'd be like, over here, and I'm like, no. And then she'd find it when I told her like several times later. She's a little slow, but her heart's in the right place, okay? She has a great heart. You make me cry. No, not really. She actually was, no joke, my first celebrity crush, though. Thought she was very cute. I was a very confused 5-year-old. I did not watch much TV when I was 5, so I didn't have a lot of options. It was like her or Sandy Cheeks. And she was a squirrel, so not as interested in squirrels. Unfortunately. Though Sandy is a good-looking squirrel. As squirrels go. No, thank you. Alrighty. Don't do it. Thank you. Everyone was a confused 5-year-old at some time. And there's probably one guy out there who wasn't, right? Maybe one? That's where I just was. We're good. Look-y don't know what to talk about right now. Well, I mean, we did just talk about Dora, so, you know, it's not exactly a great conversation starter. It's my bad. It's okay. Talking is hard. That's why we play Minecraft instead. Let's talk about the Discord being down and nobody can talk in VCs. Is that happening? Is that actually a thing? I had no idea. I was in the VC like the other night and it was working. I see someone what their microwave brand is. Are they gonna start? Oh no, they got through. Why do they get through? That's so annoying. Okay, I caught him that time. Oh my gosh. And his friend came through with a sneak attack. I should eat some food. That's interesting. I didn't realize. That's too bad. Oh my goodness, sir. What a life. Alright. Bam, bam. Do I watch anime? I do, but I don't have any currently. I've caught up on most of them. I've watched One Piece twice because I watched it on my own. Then I convinced my wife to watch it, so I rewatched it with her. And we just also finished the second season of the live action, which was fun. I think they've been doing a pretty good job being faithful while also not being faithful to the terrible pacing in the original. See how the spider got me from behind through the fence thing? That's annoying. The damage noise is pretty fun, but it gets annoying pretty quick. You're right. Okay, there's another one right here I missed. It's actually a bad move. I'm gonna go down. Oh no, I'll be fine. When you vibe coded all, yeah, they probably used ChatGPT to code the whole thing. That's probably what happened. Speaking of which, actually, you guys saw that Sora's going away, right? It's being shut down. I think that's awesome. Sora's a blight. It's one more AI slop source that's going away forever. That's super nice. I mean, there's going to be like, it's like a Hydra. There's going to be, you know, cut off one head, 2 more take its place and whatnot, but it's still very nice that it'll be gone. I think it's a move in the right direction, though it's probably not actually a sign that the bubble's popping, unfortunately. Okay. Make some more torches. But yeah, back to the anime question. I I've watched quite a few. I finished Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I've watched all. Actually, I haven't finished. I haven't watched the Infinity Castle movie for Demon Slayer, but I've watched everything else. That's very good. That was a very good show. I watched most of Death Note. I kind of lost interest once, no spoilers, once, certain character perished. That's name starts with a letter of the alphabet, and it's just, his name is one letter. Anyway. So that I feel like that was kind of a point where I kind of lost interest a little bit. Trying to think of what other ones I've watched that people would know. I'll think about it. I watched Seven Deadly Sins, didn't love it. What would I change about Naruto? I'd just get rid of the filler, man. The filler is so annoying. It's like, what is it? Like 40% of Naruto is filler? You can actually skip about 200 episodes of Naruto, not Shippuden, but Naruto itself, at once, and you wouldn't miss a single thing in the actual story. It would have no meaningful impact on your experience watching the show, aside from making it a ton better. So I think just the sheer amount of filler would be what I would change for sure. Bro went from not spoiling Death Note to spoiling it. LOL. If you haven't watched Death Note at this point, that's not my fault if it gets spoiled. It's kind of like I spoil the fact that John F. Kennedy was assassinated in the 1960s, bro. Like, it kind of happened a long time ago. I think you should get over it. I think I should probably have like a 6-month to a year, waiting period on spoiling stuff. But if you've waited this long, it's like I know people who haven't watched, or I guess not anymore, but I've known people who haven't watched Infinity War or Endgame or something, and they're like, don't spoil it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how is that? How could you expect that of a person? You're just being a loser and not watching a movie that you could totally go watch, but instead you're just making me not talk about it ever. It's kind of annoying. All right, let's see. JFK spoilers, bro. My bad, my bad. You haven't gotten to that point in the U.S. history class. Oh, wow. That was satisfying. Just popped all my knuckles. Sorry for those who don't like that. I did not expect it to work that well. Haven't seen the anime. I've read the manga. Sorry, which one are you talking about, Keen? I'm curious. Oh, also I've watched most of Black Clover. I thought Black Clover was pretty good. Oh, sorry, Naruto. But you haven't watched the show, the anime, but you've read the whole manga? I mean, that props, but I mean, I like watching it. Though you do avoid a lot of the annoying voice. I made a mistake when I was... So I guess I didn't. The person who introduced Naruto to me made a mistake. Welcome in, Jackets. The problem is I generally get stuck on the either sub or dub. Whenever the show's introduced to me, I kind of get stuck on that. So if I get introduced to the sub first, I basically only watch sub because I just get so used to it. But then if I switch to dub, sorry, if I'm introduced via the dub, like I was with Naruto, I have a really hard time switching back. So I basically exclusively watched Naruto with the kind of hard to listen to English voice acting. And it's kind of sad, but it's good. It's still good. It's just slightly hard to listen to, especially considering it's like a 50-year-old woman doing all the voice acting for Naruto. Though I guess that's who's doing it in Japan as well. The anime are made from manga. It's just I like watching more than reading. I only really feel the desire to read the manga when the anime has not caught up and I want to get the end of the story. So I don't read manga very much. Though once I caught up in One Piece to the end of the show, I started reading the manga, but then I was like, hey, you know what? I'd rather wait. There are some manga are never actually going to get turned into a show, though. For example, this isn't a great example of exactly that, but Hunter x Hunter had a show, but the author has had such terrible health issues that he's probably never even going to finish it. And the show had to be canceled because it got to the end of the author's content and he could not create fast enough. So Welcome in, Rishi. Do I know who Cocoa Puffs is from Demon Slayer? That is a name I don't recognize. But I feel like I don't remember half the people's names, so. Ismail, welcome in. I don't read it all. Fair enough. Reading is hard. It's not actually, but, you know, some people just don't like it. Not everybody's thing. Hey, I swear I saw it. There it is. I thought Hunter x Hunter finished. It did not. So the show, the anime, caught up with the manga. Oh wait, is there one over here? Yeah, there's one around. There must be one around the corner because there's spiders spawning. Yeah, there it is. So Hunter x Hunter caught up to the source material, which is why the show ended. But the manga has been going on for. It's been like on the same arc for the last. Oh dang, he hit me off the edge. That's super annoying. The manga's been going on the same arc for the last like 10 years or so. The author just can't seem to stay healthy long enough to finish. So he's trying to grind it out, but it's very slow going, which is unfortunate because I think Hunter x Hunter is actually one of the greatest. It's probably top 5 for me, I'd say. I don't know anything about anime, so I'm just sitting here. Sorry. Minecraft hot take though. I'll have to think about that. I don't feel like I have too many spicy takes. Have to think through it. Ismail, I did know that about the pie chart with the barrels. It is very nice. I tried playing on Donut one like for a little while, but it's impossible to hide anything with a Donut SMP. There are just too many X-rayers and what's the hack that sees chests? I forget what it is. VXI Matt's ST, glad you liked the notch armor video. Going to be doing something similar very soon. I have another pretty groundbreaking one where I'm going to be the first Minecraft player to get 1,000,000 levels, or at least, you know, in vanilla without mods. That'll be very fun. But it's going to be a little bit before I get there. We're not actually close to the right version because we're playing through and getting a lot of other discontinued features first. Here we go. Okay, sorry. The author took 11 years to get the 9th book out, and it was mid. Oh, Amulet. No, I've never heard of that. Though a lot of the time when authors take that long to put something out, it is kind of lame. That reminds me of George R.R. Martin. He's the one who wrote Game of Thrones. He's been like, the reason the end of Game of Thrones was so terrible is because he hadn't finished yet. And so the showrunners just had to make it up. And it was terrible. Because he just had not gotten to it yet, because he writes very slowly. I don't play Donut SMP. I used to. I played for like a couple months, then I just kind of got tired of it. Because the thing is, I hate Crystal PvP. So it just felt a little pointless to me. It's just not it's not where my interests lie. Do I have any bedrock or plan to get some? I don't have it yet, but I do. I'm going to be planning on getting a full chest of bedrock down the line. So that will be very fun, and that's the least that I'm going to get. I may get more. It's just all ways to get bedrock are pretty time consuming, so I'm not going to try to get like 1,000,000 of it like I am with levels or enchanted golden apples. But I am going to get a lot. I mean, 1,728 bedrock is nothing to sniff at, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. I did know that about the Warden. And sorry, I forget who asked me about 2B2T. I think it's interesting. I think that it's valuable just to have a place where there's literally no, like, zero censorship. Or at least that's the way it used to be. I feel like the way 2B2T's headed is not very great. Anarchy servers in general are just being toasted by Mojang at the moment. But I think it's valuable to have a place where people can just I'm not do anything they want. No rules. I don't really think it's great that there's so much, you know, so many slurs thrown around and all this crazy stuff. But I think it's valuable to have a place where people have a right to say what they want to say. I think it's generally a good thing. Free speech. Plus, there's some good content that comes out of 2B2T. Though now it feels like the only 2B2T content I find is like somebody builds a build and then waits to see how long it takes to get destroyed, and then that's the whole thing. It's a little lame. I don't think that's very great. Who are my favorite subscribers? I'm not going to answer that. Let's just say the ones that become channel members. Yeah, become channel members. Become a channel member today. Jimmy B. King, how's the progress? We are at 39 out of the stack we're getting on stream today, which means that after stream we'll have 3 stacks left. Technically, the pig farm that I have in my base right now is made up of more than a stack of spawners. So if I mine all of those, I actually only need 2 stacks after this. But I kind of don't want to mine it yet. So I might just get an extra stack. "2B2T definitely has some more lore than some countries for sure. I mean, it doesn't take that long to get more lore than the US. The US is a very young country, so we don't exactly have a ton of lore. There's one right here and one right there. Sorry, I missed. What did Blue Shadow Man say? Oh, me, lol. I mean, maybe if you hadn't started correctly making fun of me for saying so much, but it was actually helpful. No, Blue Shadow Man, I only like the subscribers that tell me I'm great at everything, even though I'm not. So you have to lie and you know, flatter me to be my favorite. That's how it works. What's the plan after getting all the spawners? I'm going to be building the fastest pig farm in Minecraft history, which will be pretty fun. That is my plan. I have some projects coming up that are going to require a lot of food, and also I just think it's kind of weird. So my first video idea ever was this pig spawner farm idea, but I got sidetracked by, you know, small children killing me in my hardcore world, and I ended up just doing the notch armor video first, which I think ended up being great. But I've really wanted to make this pig farm. So before I can't do it anymore because you only get the spawners in these versions, I'm gonna grab them all here, and I'm gonna build the farm. It's gonna be great. Me from a year ago is gonna be so happy, and then we'll move on to bigger and better things. Happy guys heal faster when they're touching the clouds. I have never heard that. Very interesting. Me being the greatest is the truth. Ooh, that's very good. If that's a lie, it's a very good one. A+. You could be on my list to be my favorite. Woohoo! So you don't pay me money. Yeah, just kidding. All right. I'm so good at breathing steak. Are you saying I'm bad at? Oh wait. I'm not even sure what that means. I'm not. I have no idea. Am I breathing in an annoying way? Maybe I am. There, that was a breath. You're welcome. Since I breathe so well, apparently. Oh, good. I thought it was on this side. The pig farm will be in this version. No. I will grab the pig spawners here, and you have to place them down before a certain 1.7 snapshot, or else they'll just place down empty. They won't have the pig spawner tag. So I've gotta get them here, place them before 1.7 or so. But I will not build the whole farm in this version because redstone's actually really limited in these versions, unfortunately. Like, hoppers weren't added until 1.5, so I'd probably want to build it after that because that's, you know, that's the easiest thing. Like, hoppers are just so convenient. I wouldn't be able to automatically store them if I didn't have hoppers, so I wouldn't really want to build it until... Excuse me. Wouldn't really want to build it before that. Oh, we got some good stuff going on here. Does the farm involve... Oh, man, I didn't realize you'd hopped in. Does the farm involve placing lava to kill the pigs? It does not. Well, I mean, it's going to use fall damage. I could use lava if I wanted to get pork chops, like cooked pork chops, sorry. but they're actually much more valuable uncooked. I mean, if I really want to, I can dupe fuel. Like, I can dupe carpets to get fuel in newer versions. There's not really a good reason to use lava to kill them. If I want to, if I really, you know, if them being cooked is the goal, lava is convenient, but it's not the only option. But actually, they're just much more valuable to sell to villagers. So that's what I'm going to be doing with them anyway. It will not be an active player killing setup, Ben. Though it would be cool to do that. But spawner farms, if I want to get the maximum rates for pigs spawning in, I won't be able to use a sword on them, because bringing the pigs to me in my AFK spot would make it so some of the spawners would slow down or stop. So it just it wouldn't really work. I considered designs that do it though. Samwise, do I have a favorite Minecraft snapshot or version? 12W41A is pretty fun. 21W03A, where you can put water in the nether with glow lichens, pretty fun. I like that one. This version's great. I'm a big fan of beta 1.9 pre-3 and 4, just because they let me get spawners and end portal frames, which are some of my favorite things. It's interesting stuff, XM, about the Happy Ghast. Interesting about the TNT thing as well. Get out of here. Oh, dang it. You thought I was mainly going to use rotten flesh for trading? I will. Well, I mean, I will during that project. Yes. Ugh. But there's some other stuff. For example, sorry, I guess that's not clear. So in 1.8.9, when I build the gold farm and use the gold farm, that will be a great source of emeralds for me. But that's when I'm building the farm. The thing is, I'm going to need to do a lot of villager trading to get all the notch armor components that I want. And that's in 1.4. So I'm going to need a source of emeralds that's consistent before 1.8. And the pork is my plan. So that's why, if that makes sense. I just won't be able to abuse the gold farm yet. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of 20W14 Infinite. Did I not place down a torch? I could have sworn I placed a torch. I guess I didn't. That's annoying. I don't really understand the egg fun fact you just dropped. I'm sorry. You might need to explain it a little more clearly. My favorite version is where it bugs out and you can't open the world. You mean half of them? Half of the snapshots? Well, so it doesn't need to be built in 1.8 specifically, Ben. It just needs to be built before 1.8, before 1.9, because that's the version where, you know, you can't craft enchanted golden apples anymore. So whatever gold farm I use to power my enchanted golden apple project obviously has to be able to be built before 1.9, or else you wouldn't be able to make enchanted golden apples with the gold. But that's the only reason it has to be that far out. It isn't really for any other reason in particular. Aside from there also being some really convenient glitches that I'll be taking advantage of to help build the farm. Oh, that glitch. Yes, I understand. Sorry, not glitch. That thing with the eggs makes sense now. Thank you. That was explained a bit more clearly by Jackets. The reason I wouldn't want to do it earlier, Ben, is mainly due to the ease of getting certain items. I mean, for example, 1.3 is not nearly as popular a version as 1.8 is. So just think of the sheer amount of farm designs that have been made for 1.8.9 that don't exist in 1.3, especially when you consider the fact that we weren't as good at redstone in the 1.2 and 1.3 era. Like, there's barely any farm designs for those versions because they just aren't popular enough. 1.8.9 is hugely popular though, so it has a lot of potential. There are lots of farms for those versions. There's a good amount for 1.4 because 1.4 is relatively popular, but also we were a little better at it by that point, though still not amazing. But 1.8.9 is really where things start to kick off for Minecraft version farms and stuff like that. Like if you go back, like that's around when Ilmango kind of swooped in. That's around when Ray's Works swooped in, even though I don't think his farms are nearly as good as Ilmango's are, but you get the picture. There's a lot more stuff I can do in those versions. It's a lot easier to farm certain items. That's all. Not Alec. What farm am I making next? After I get a full chest of spawners, we're gonna be making a really strong pig farm. I think I mentioned that in the description. Are you talking about mince raft jackets? Well, Bean Jammin', I'm going to need a lot of obsidian. That's one of them. And the most consistent obsidian farms are a little bit later. I mean, especially withers aren't added until like, what, like 12W30A or something like that. And that's how you generally make obsidian farms. The fastest way anyway. So you will want to make it at least after that, most likely. Should I detour to get that and then go around? That might be simpler, yeah. It's not the biggest steak farm, no. He's joking. I am going to be using this for a pig spawner farm, though. Also for the flex. A full chest of spawners is dope. Worth the effort? Maybe not. Fun? Depends. But yeah, no, it's mostly worth it. I'm doing a series where I'm going to be getting a ton of unobtainable blocks and discontinued features. And it is on my list. Oh, yes, I thought I heard one. I don't recall seeing one that strong in 1.3 Bean Jammin', but you could be right. But I will say, one thing I will be using for this project when I'm building my gold farm is update suppression. And update suppression methods, it's a lot harder to find good ones for early versions. I have a solid one for 1.7.2 to 1.7.5, but not really a good one before that. Graceful Sword, just checking in on the spawner count update. Yep, we have, as of right now, 46. Yes, 46. All right. Am I going to make an illegal block with a data mashing farm? I'm not planning on doing that. I may do some block transmutation stuff later on, but I'm not planning. I feel like there's another spawner nearby. Oh my gosh, do you see that? That's how long I've been doing this. I just hear them. Though that's not that hard. But yeah, so I'm not planning on making a data mashing farm, really, no. And Rishi, you were asking why it defaults to pig. So it has to do with how databases work at the end of the day. So when you have a database, there are a series of values in the database that you're storing, right? And you generally, because it's easier to store numbers than it is to store names, it takes less space. They generally assign each mob in the database a number, right? So and databases start at 0. So you got, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up until the last mob, right? And so whatever the 0 mob is the default, right? So when the game is having trouble reading or doesn't understand what mob is supposed to be in a certain spawner, it's going to default back to whatever the default value is for that for a mob, and it's pig. So that's the reason. That's actually the same reason why the protection glitch works. It's because protection is also 0 in the database. So when you do the glitch that makes it so the game can't read what enchantments are on your armor and items, it has to just go with whatever the default is, because it doesn't want to delete whatever's inside. It doesn't want to delete your enchantments completely. So it just turns everything to protection. That's how it works. So it's just based on how databases work. All right. I'm trying to find 2 pink sheep out of 30. That's really low chances to find 2 at once, if you found 2 at once. All right. There is one above me. Yep. Random fact number 5. I didn't know that momentum got changed in those versions. I was not aware of that. Why is it impossible to get protection 12 though? Because the way that the glitch works is you take an enchantment that has a value of, 5, like efficiency, and put it on armor, and then make the glitch work so it defaults to, whatever the default value is, which is protection, right? You can only put a level 5 enchantment on armor because you can do it in 12W49A, right? But ooh, I need new armor. Let's do that real quick. So if there's a version where we can put a level 12 enchantment on armor, we could do it. But the problem is there's no version where you can put a level 12 enchantment on armor. And there's no vanilla level 12 enchantment in the game. You can only get it from an April Fool's snapshot. You can try to downgrade from that snapshot, but the enchanted book gets deleted when you do that. And the only way to keep it is with file edits, so far as I know. And so far as anyone knows. So a method hasn't been found to preserve the book when downgrading so that you can apply it to armor. And so you can't use it for the glitch, that's why. Alright, sorry, I'm not very caught up. Yeah, no, those are cocoa beans, buddy. That's not brown dye. Yeah, that is pretty ugly if that's what it was. Though I think it's still better than the one they just added when they changed all the dye textures. I think the new dye textures are trash. Maybe that's my Minecraft hot take. But I don't know if that's even a hot take. I feel like most people agree that the new textures are kind of stupid. Alright. Oh my gosh, where did you come from? You were here the whole time? Get out of here, boy. Okay, that was slightly stressful. Alright. Put a wall there. Wall here. Light them up. There we go. We should be safe now. Oh, that was actually a little stressful. Okay. Yeah, gotta watch out for the creepers. It's true. It's true. Do I think 255 will ever be possible without cheats? No, I think there's no way. Because even if they add a snapshot or something, like an April Fool's one, excuse me, where you can get level 255 enchantments with a book or something, and you brought that back to your game, like you brought that back from the April Fool's snapshot, it'd be the same story as multi-shot 12. You wouldn't be able to apply it, unfortunately. So I gotta rewind this music here. Alrighty. New textures for what? I was talking about the dye. I think the new dye textures are lame. They looked a lot better before. Multi-shot doesn't exist in this version, no. Crossbows weren't added until at least 1.14, right? Was it around 1.14 they were added? I forget, to be completely honest with you. Okay, anything I'm missing this way? There's one really far over there, but I'm not going there. Ah, I jumped. You thought you were going to watch me lose my hardcore world again? Not today, hopefully. Yeah, 1.14. Yeah, that's what I thought. The grindstone glitch, I mean, you can just watch the video to get an explanation. I don't know if I want to, like, re-explain the whole thing. And I don't really understand why it works. I just know that it works. That's one that just confuses me. Because, like, the database thing, that's pretty simple to understand. And since I took some database classes for my major, I understand how some database stuff works. Like, it's more logical to me. But the grindstone thing, it doesn't make any sense. I can understand maybe how they accidentally broke it because they were making some changes, but I don't understand why it happens at all. No. Bam, bam. Ugh, okay. Yeah, the sulfur and cinnabar blocks are very strange. Not Alec. I actually am this one of the rules I've set for myself in this world is that April Fool snapshots are on the table. So far as and that's it's gonna be a little nuanced. It's not gonna be just everything in an April Fool snapshot I can do, because there are some things you could do that you could bring back to the game that would just be a little too cheap. Especially if you use things like there are lots of April Fool snapshots that give you access to commands. I wouldn't do that. But if there are things I can get, like rare items that you can get in April Fool snapshots, I think it's worth it to just have them. Even if it's a little cheaty, you know, some people might think that, some people might not. I think it's fine. And I think I'm getting most of the things that you could get in an April Fool snapshot the harder way as it is. Like, you could get spawners in April Fool snapshots way easier. Like, there's lots of stuff you could do in April Fool snapshots that'd be simpler than what I do. But I like the hard way. And yeah, you can get those blocks from Enderman in that snapshot. It is true. And a lot of people have done that. I know Carves did that. You can also use the 1.12 gravity block kind of whatever system. Honestly, it's so confusing to me. I can't even comprehend. But I just, it's too time consuming to do it. That's the point where I'm like, I'd rather dupe than use that method, because it just takes too much time and effort to figure out how to do it. It's like the opportunity cost just, it doesn't pay off. Yeah, no netherite block dimensions. No, totally vanilla. Oh gosh. You're gonna do that farm in your world. Are you talking about the like SB737's end portal farm with the falling blocks method? If you can do it, props to you. That's one of those things where I'm like, it is not worth the effort, personally. Like, I could do it in a way that's still not easy, but takes like a quarter of the time, and then I can spend more of my time on another video that I'm more passionate about. Because that's a concept that I'm just not excited about. Takes a lot of effort to learn how to make that kind of farm. Oh, wow. Right in front of me, several. Very good, very good. Oh, dang, I could have sworn I placed the torch. Let me place, there we go. Thank you for that. All right, we're good. There is one exception when it comes to commands in April Fool snapshots that I'm going to be using. There's just one exception, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. But the meme power is just a little too strong. Who's my favorite Minecraft creator? I mean, living, so I don't say Technoblade. Because I would definitely say Technoblade. That's a tough one. Because I don't feel like SB is necessarily my favorite. It's just it's hard to talk about a lot of hardcore technical projects without mentioning his name, because he's done so many of them that it's just easy to reference. I wouldn't even say he's my favorite. I haven't watched Wadzy. Dang, what do I really like? That's a tough question. So I feel like there are a lot of them where I'm just like, I watch the video and I'm just kind of like, eh. To be honest, Wunba might be up there, to be completely honest with you. I feel like his style is really close to mine in terms of the kind of things the kind of projects he works on. He generally works on very long, grindy projects as well, and it's kind of my play style, so I appreciate it. It's fun to watch. He actually, it's funny, right before, a couple months before I made my Notch Armor video, he made a video about getting rare Minecraft enchantments, and he literally did almost the entire process that would have allowed him to get Prop 5 armor. He even got a Prop 5 book, but he didn't know the method, and so he didn't get it. But he basically did the entire process without knowing, and just didn't do one of the steps, which is unfortunate. Yeah, not even close. But yeah, so but like, he came so close to figuring out Prop 5 before I did. It's actually why I made a tutorial for Prop 5 instead of just releasing a hardcore video where I got it. I was planning on the showcase being in my hardcore series, but not only did he do that that enchantments video, but he also made a short about Prop 5 about trying to figure out how it was possible. And I was like, no way, I'm gonna let somebody beat me, and so I just made a tutorial instead, even though it's not really my style. Oh, wait, there's one right here. All right. Oh, out of space for gunpowder. Get rid of some more cobblestone. Actually, you know what? Get rid of the gravel. All right. I'm not a huge fan of the lifesteal videos. I think a lot of his hardcore videos are very fun. Though I will say, I think the projects he works on are cool. I'm not the... Oh, wait, is this... No, it's the same one as before. I'm not a huge fan of his video style, if that makes sense. I feel like it's a lot of him kind of doing stuff and talking to the camera. And I don't know. It's just not as much my style, basically. It's hard to explain. To be honest, Ben, I mean, I not that I don't like the Witherstorm video. I do think that it... How do I say this? It's... At least from what I recall, I didn't get very far into it, which, you know, shows it wasn't exactly my style. But it was a lot of music without talking. Like, there wasn't actually any speaking. And it was like text on screen. Like, it just kind of... I don't know. It just lost me pretty early, to be completely honest with you. 57. We're close. Okay, we got... Looks like another one over there. Alright, we're going here. Wait, that was me. Okay, we're backtracking. No, thank you. Yeah, I think it's... He kind of just commentates what he's doing. And that's fine, and a lot of people like it, and that's great. If his fans like it and he likes it, that's, you know, props. That's great. He should continue doing it. It's just not my style of video exactly. Or maybe it's just that he specifically I just don't vibe with necessarily. Because there are some creators I feel like who sometimes do similar things, and it kind of lands a bit more with me. Ooh, 2 diamonds. Like, sometimes I'd watch Technoblade videos, for example, and he'd kind of do walking and talking. And he's just so entertaining that it works, you know? So maybe SB just doesn't have that the same power. I think it is good that it's cool that he does so much of it in real time, though, I will say. Making a video based on exclusively almost on stuff that you say in real time is actually pretty hard, because generally you don't know how you're going to structure your video right at the beginning. A lot of the time for me, I have to finish the entire project before I know how I'm going to tell the story. So I feel like I don't know. It is impressive the way he does it, that he can make it work for him. I would have trouble. I'm definitely a there's two different I took a class at school from a fantasy writer who teaches at my school, kind of, what's the word? He's kind of like a he's not like a actual professor. It's whatever they call a visiting teacher. I forget what they call it. But he talked a lot about how there's different styles of writing. There's like an architect, or there's kind of like someone throwing paint at the wall. And architects, they need the whole kind of structure. They need to plan a lot out in advance, yada yada yada. And for me, I feel like in terms of my videos, I'm much more that way. But SB, the style he uses definitely is a bit more of he kind of just does stuff, and then he kind of takes the clips together and makes it work. And good for him. No, it's not a substitute teacher. It's different. It's a dang. Adjunct professor. That's what it's called. So it's not an actual professor. It's not the same thing. That's the word though that I was looking for. Has anything like enchantments ever been downgraded? Depends on what you mean, but I could like get enchantments on my armor and downgrade a level or two, or sorry, a version or two, and nothing bad would happen. But if you go far enough, just all the items will get deleted. It has less to do with just downgrading and more the fact that as you go back into old versions, the data values were stored so differently that the game doesn't know how to interpret them anymore, and so it just deletes your stuff. I got into techno, I think a year before he passed away. Which is too bad. Would have liked to be there the whole time. Like something that didn't exist before. Oh, yeah, no, that won't work. Yeah, that won't work, unfortunately. It's actually, I mean, probably part of why the, is this where I just was? Did I just go in like a ginormous circle? I might be, okay. But it's part of why what's it called? Part of why multi-shot doesn't work, I think. What I think the most forgotten enchantment is, I'd say it's probably one of the fishing ones. Probably lure. I feel like nobody fishes in Minecraft except to make automatic fishing farms in Bedrock or something. Since they are kind of hard to make actually work in Java, they're generally not worth it. But I'd say probably one of the fishing ones. How many spawners on me? I have 58. I have 23 stacks in my base currently. Plus the stack and a half that I have in the pig farm currently. Frostwalker or Bane of Arthropods being the most forgotten? Now, I feel like people clown on them too much for them to be forgotten. I don't think anyone forgets about them. I think they just clown on them and hate on them. So they're not forgotten. They're just ignored. It's different. It's like the difference between hating somebody and forgetting somebody. Because we're talking about forgetting somebody, not hating somebody. There's one right there. Am I cheating on a survival world, Mr. Quavers? No, this is what I'm using this for. This is a glitch. This isn't actually, I mean, the glitch involves using a texture pack, but I just changed the textures of bricks to glass, and it lets you see through blocks. It's a glitch in how, a bug in how very early versions of Minecraft were coded. The information in the video showing how it works is actually in the description if you want to check it out. But you may still call it cheating, and that's totally fine if that's your opinion. I think it's fair game. But I do have a rule with the people watching, and in general, even when people aren't watching, to not mine. If I find diamonds with it, I have to chuck them in lava. I can't keep them. Or I just don't mine them in the first place because it's pointless at that point, but whatever. Yeah, cleaving, I do remember cleaving. But the thing is, I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. I was thinking more like actual existing enchantments. Do I think anyone would just have way more patience and perfectly break the record? So the thing is, it actually wouldn't be possible to, I mean, so you could redesign the farm I'm going to build and potentially make it faster, but getting more pig spawners wouldn't help because you can only fit so many pig spawners inside of 16 block radius around you, you know? So even if you got more pig spawners, which you totally could, it wouldn't actually make the pig farm any faster unless you somehow made a more condensed design. Then you might be able to actually outdo it, but it doesn't have to do with necessarily getting more spawners. The farm would just have to be better. And the thing is, it's really hard to really do much better than what I've done in terms of fitting the amount of spawners in a given space, because they you need to have enough room for the spawning platforms, which need to be made of grass. You need to have a way to clear the spawning platforms, which either involves water or pistons or something. And it's just, there's not enough space to work with to realistically do much more than what I've done, if that makes sense. Just make the space bigger for real. Oh, yeah, you're right, not Alec. Why didn't I think of that? So you could not do that, Pluzerma, because spawner farms, like mob spawners, only work when you're within a certain radius of them. It's hard to see this one right now. I can demonstrate with this one in a second here. I mean, you know how spawners work, though, I'm sure, but you have to be within 16 blocks of it to work. It's not based on chunk loading. It's based on how close the player is. Yeah, let's go ahead and demonstrate here. Why not? Let's light her up. Just for those who may not actually know how spawners work. Let's get rid of all these cobwebs. Oops. Okay, you can see the fire particles. That means that this spawner is active, right? But when we get far enough away, there you go, fire gone. That means that the spawner will not spawn mobs, even if there is an area nearby that they can spawn. But if we get within 16 blocks, there we go, it's on fire again. So I'm within 16 blocks of that spawner. And so imagine that in all directions. And that's the area that mob spawners can turn on. So it's not a spawn chunk thing. Mojang should give me a cameo in Minecraft Movie 2. I doubt it. I doubt they would, and I doubt I'd want it. I don't want to be responsible for movie theater employees having to clean a bunch of stuff when somebody says lava chicken or something. Or that wasn't it. It was chicken jockey. Gosh. Can I just make an ender pearl stasis chamber? Not sure what you're referring to, Jackets, but I can't make them in this version if you're talking to me. Keen, do I think Deathstrider or Frostwalker? Deathstrider is definitely better than Frostwalker, but neither of them actually do any work with protection. Neither of them actually have an impact. Okay, there's more this way. We only need 4 more, so we're doing pretty well. We're close. You mean for the pig farm? Well, that's the same thing, and that does, the stasis chambers don't actually load chunks until 1.21. But it's, again, like I said, it's about the player being nearby. It's not about chunks being loaded. I feel like I made that pretty clear just now, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay, we're gonna go down and around to that one. But I mean, you're not wrong, Keen, but I also can just crouch. I think making swimming practically impossible just so I don't have to crouch is so silly. Like, Frostwalker is just kind of like a really dumb enchantment as is. I feel like they really should make it so that you could do something more interesting with lava. I feel like that'd be awesome if you like walk on lava with it. But I know they won't ever do that, because it was like one of the most obvious things you could have done and they still haven't done it. No, you're good, Jackets. You're good. But yeah, I mean, like, if I can crouch, I feel like that kind of makes Frostwalker pointless. But assuming I can't crouch, maybe I'd consider it. But it's just terrible. I would actually, I think I saw somebody talking about that. If you could make it so Frostwalker worked while you were in a boat, I would love that. That'd actually be so sick. Just zoom across the ocean. Should be a vanilla mechanic. Jackets, yes, I know, but you can just crouch, is my point. I prefer to crouch. Plus, if you have, most of the time when I'm on magma blocks, I'm building something with it. And if I'm building, I'm generally crouching anyway. So I feel like it's much more worthwhile just to crouch faster with Swift Sneak and then just ignore the damage completely. I'm generally crouching most of the time I build stuff anyway because I don't want to fall off. It's annoying. Though it probably has to do a lot more with the fact that I'm generally just building a gold farm if I'm touching magma blocks. The old skeleton shot sound is terrible, dude. I don't know where that asset comes from. Like, the old explosion sound is sick, but the skeleton arrow shot is terrible. I don't know. It's the most jarring, scary sound. I don't understand it. Like, actually gives me nightmares. Worse than some horror mods. Was Swift Sneak added before or after the grindstone glitch? It was added before. Swift Sneak was added. Was it 1.19? I forget. But the whatever it is, whether it's 1.18 or 1.19, the glitch was in 1.20. So yeah, we're good. I wasn't hitting through cobwebs, but the spider's hitbox was exposed slightly outside of the cobweb as it was coming out of them, and so I was able to hit it. But it wasn't actually inside of it, no. Okay, I can hear some more spiders. I feel like there might be one more spawner. Or I'm just completely wrong. There's one over here. There it is. I am so right. 1.19, yep. Swift Sneak 12. It'd be sick, actually, if you could stack it and then sneak even faster. Though that'd probably actually make building harder, not easier. Because I think, actually, the best part about Swift Sneak is the fact that it makes building on, raised platforms easier. What would be better, Enchanted Stake or Golden Stake? Probably, yeah, bridging would be sick with that. Probably Enchanted Stake. What's that guy's name? Salt Bay. He's done the Golden Stake thing, and it doesn't actually add any flavor. It's just for the flex. It's just for rich people to feel cool. It's basically it. Doesn't impart any extra flavor whatsoever. It's a waste of your time and money. All right. Out of here. You could with the glitch. What glitch are you talking about? The Enchanted Stake. You could swim in lava. I'm open to it. I'll take whatever magical powers Enchanted Stake wants to give me. Though I have actually had Enchanted Stake. Not IRL, of course. Are there any villagers I want to get up my way up? Absolutely there are, yes. I think I said L's in the chat. One of them is the villagers in early versions that can buy ender pearls. There are some villagers at one point who do that. Also the villagers that sell Eyes of Ender, since they also discontinued that. Not that I need a ton of Eyes of Ender, but it's fun. Villagers, you can get villagers that have all the farmer trades plus one more career. So under the right conditions, you can basically get let's say an armorer fully leveled up to master, and then you can make the game think he's a farmer, and then he can upgrade fully to master in farmer as well. which I think is really fun. So I'll be doing that. I'll probably get the Arrow of Luck Fletcher Villager. There's quite a few. There's quite a few. Oh, the grindstone glitch. You. I'm not sure what you're referring to with you could with the grindstone glitch. If you're talking about getting multiple enchantments on stake, that wouldn't work. Ooh, is that our last one? It is our last one. Okay, here we go. I'm actually allergic to bananas, unfortunately. I'm also allergic to apples. It's a rough life. But I can eat both if they're cooked, which is odd to me. My allergies are freaking stupid. Oh, yeah, fall in there. Have fun. I can't remember if I'm allergic to cucumbers or not. It's possible. All right. Are you asking how about my allergy to apples? It's pretty sad. Okay, well, there we are. Full stack of mob spawners. We need three more, and then we'll be fully done getting all the mob spawners we need. We'll have a full chest. I'll post on my channel. It'll be amazing. Ugh, but for now, we are done. Romao, am I missing out on some discontinued features since I'm on the version where you get all the enchantments on anything? You probably, no, you're close. You might have missed the version where you can get a player head, but I can't recall. But anyway, we're gonna be done for today. I will be back. Actually, no, this is important. Next week I have some school stuff going on. We got finals coming up. I actually can't stream next week, but we will stream the following week. So yeah, there'll be no streams next week, unfortunately. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day. I'll catch you all later. I'll still be on the Discord. I might actually, later on today, I might get some more spawners just on a Discord stream. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye. See you later. Bye. Goodbye. I've tried allergy shots before. They don't really help very much. Why are you still here? I love the sarcasm jackets. Thank you. Thank you very much. But why are you still here? I want to be alone now with my allergies. This is the worst time to come in now that the stream is ending. Anyway, bye.